We thought there were some kind of fairies flying over us. So, I'm Laguna, President Laguna Lawyer of S-Star. Pleased to meet you. If we weren't in a state of emergency, I'd talk to you some more, but, well, whatever. Let's talk. What do you want to know? You'll never get going if President Laguna keeps talking. So why don't you guys throw out some questions and he'll try to answer them. They seem like a lot of fun. Can we trust him? Man, you look way too serious. Whatever. So where's Elena? The heck? What has he done with his life? Don't you wonder? When Elena was about 2, there was a massive hunt for girls in S-Star. S-Star soldiers came to Windhill, and Ellie's parents resisted. They were killed on the spot. The massive hunt was to find the successor for S-Star's ruler, Sorceress Adele. Elena was raised by Raine, who lived next door, and I came to know her. Then there was another massive hunt for a successor in S-Star again. Ellie was taken away, even though I was there. It's the most painful episode of my life. So I rescued her and sent her off to Windhill. Shortly after that, Raine died. And Elena was sent straight to an orphanage. Why didn't you go back to Windhill with her? I wanted to, but I had my reasons. I found out about this afterward, but the reason why Elena had to leave the orphanage was because of her special power. Dakodine wanted to do research on Elena's special power. He looked for her everywhere. The owners of the orphanage were Sid Cromier and his wife Edia. You know them better than I do. The Kramers took Ellie out of orphanage and tried to protect her. They prepared a big ship to accommodate her. Gracious of them, huh? After a while, the ship turned into another orphanage and Ellie looked after all the kids. She said her life on the ship was a happy one. But who knows? I don't know how she could have been happy on the ship. She was on the ship for over 10 years. That ship was attacked by Galbadia recently. S-Star's ship rescued them, and she finally met up with me. It was pure luck that we found her. I was out in space at the time. Elena followed me out to space. Little Ellie was all grown up. Then she told me everything. Did she get back safely from space? Huh? Oh, our escape pod rescue team was a little late. Ellie was taken into custody by Galbadia. She's inside Lunatic Pandora. We're gonna rescue her. Help us out, okay? Phew. So, what more about Raine? Raine's story? Some other time. Maybe. No, I can't. It's too much for me to remember. So what are you doing here? You know what I've been doing all my life, right? You were a silly Galbadian soldier. I didn't like your attitude at all, but I understood the bond between the three of you. Then you changed after you went to Windhill. Whatever. Then Elena was abducted by S-Star and you went on a journey to get Elena back. You wrote articles and appeared in movies to get by. You were trying to find a way into S-Star. You somehow got into S-Star and rescued Elena. I got a lot of help along the way. What I don't understand is, why are you the president? Wanna know? Yeah, sure. You wanna hear it? Really? Okay, I'll tell you. I only set out to rescue Elena, but of course that wasn't the end of the story. It's a country ruled by Sorceress Adele with the ingenious yet inhumane Odine. Both of them were interested in Elena. We couldn't just pack up and leave. Adele will be angry. My research will be kaput! Odine only thought about his research. But while researching under Adele's orders, he was still making many inventions. It was a device to seal magic. Sealing facility. Maybe Adele can be defeated. I owed a big favor to the Adele resistance who helped me rescue Elene. I spoke with my comrades. 2 issues came up. First, stopping the crystal pillar from calling monsters from the moon and destroying everything like what happened in Sintra. Second, freeing Estar from Adele's hands. We planned and planned, based on my brilliant ideas, of course. We're back in the Lunatic Pandora research facility. There is only one goal. Following Odine's instructions, we operated the panel and moved the crystal pillar. We set the course and the stop point in the ocean. And goodbye. Whoa! That was easy, but we were found out, so we gathered for a final battle to lure Adele. Adele appeared as we expected. What is going on? We hunted down the culprit who moved the crystal pillar. Where? Inside there. Elene's been taken hostage. I knew she would go in right away if I mentioned Elene. You thought I would fall for that trick? And Adele realized that Elene was a hologram, but it was too late. Yeah, of course. My plans are always perfect! Kira, war now! Piece of cake. Adele was careless. She may be a sorceress, but after all, she was human. We succeeded, but I couldn't keep such a dangerous sorceress around as a trophy. We had to do something. So, we decided to send her far, far away. Someplace very far. In outer space. And that about wraps that part up. But the real work began after that. A fierce debate ensued about who should govern this country after Adele was gone. I wasn't paying close attention while they made me up to be the hero of the revolution. And then I ended up being president. Odine made a lot of noise about wanting to do research on Elene. It was a mistake to send Elene alone back to Raine. Raine died. Ellie was sent to the orphanage. If I had only gone to Raine with Ellie, I would have been able to see Raine one last time. Raine was dead. Elene missing. The job kept me busy. I was left here thinking about this and that, and before I knew it, all this time had passed. Well, that's about it. So, enough of all this talking. How do we destroy Ultimecia for good? Straight to the heart of the matter. Just like a workaholic seed. Is it my turn? Yeah. Make it short and easy to understand. I will talk however I want. Shit. Sorceress Adia told me everything about you seeds. Sorceress Ultimecia comes from the future to possess the sorceress of present day. Meaning, she leaves her body in the future and sends only her consciousness here. Does that sound familiar to you? It's like when Elena sent our consciousness back to the past. You're a smart one, boy! My first guess was that someone in the future with an ability like Elena was sending the sorceress back here to our time. But no, that is not the answer. So how does the sorceress come back to this time then? You want to hear how? Yes. I come to the secret to surprise you. It is because of me, Odine. Obviously, the greatest researcher of all time. I researched Elena's power long ago. I made out a pattern from the electric current running through Elena's brain. Once the pattern was determined, it was easy to mechanize. It may only be a toy right now, but in the time of Ultimecia, it is an impressive working machine. Which means there is a machine which imitates Elena's powers. It is I who made this machine, the first motto of it. I am a genius. I named the machine Junction Machine Elena. It is a wonderful thing to know what my invention is used for in the future. Junction Machine Elena. Junction Machine Elena. That's about it. So Sorceress Ultimecia came to know about Elena from that machine. And Ellie became Ultimecia's target because of her gifts. You can't blame Odine. It's useless. You want to go outside? Fisticuffs? You want fisticuffs? Okay, we continue the story. Calms down. Let's see. Ah, yes, of course. How could I forget? There is only one way to defeat Ultimecia. You must kill her in the future. There is nothing we can do unless we go to the future. There is no way to jump to the future under normal circumstances. But there is still a way. It is because Sorceress Ultimecia plans to compress time. Compressing time with magic, what good will it do for the sorceress to compress time? There may be many reasons, but it does not matter. Let us just figure out what Ultimecia is up to. In order for Ultimecia to exist in this time, she must take over the body of a sorceress from the present. But the machine must have a limit. Ultimecia probably needs to go back further in time to achieve time compression. Only Elena could take her back further into the past. That is why she is desperately seeking her. We must take advantage of Elena's power. There are two sorceresses in our time, Sorceress Rhino and Sorceress Adele. Of the two, Adele has not yet awakened. Once regeneration is completed, neither Laguna nor I will be safe. Sorceress Adele is probably in the process of awakening inside of lunatic Pandora. Ultimecia will want to possess Adele, and if Adele wakes up, that will be a horrible event. Adele is a horrible sorceress, more violent than you ever could imagine. If Adele's consciousness wins over Ultimecia, Adele will first destroy this era. So we must use Sorceress Rhino to inherit Ultimecia's powers. That is all for the mission briefing. First go to lunatic Pandora. Elena is probably being held captive inside, so rescue her first. Then kill Sorceress Adele before the awakening process is completed. Now we're left with Rhino as the only sorceress of this era. Then wait for Ultimecia to possess Rhino. When Ultimecia arrives, it's Elena's turn. Elena will send Rhino back to the past with Ultimecia. Elena will have to send Rhino and Ultimecia inside another sorceress she knows in the past. Adele or Adele? That's up to Elena. Once Ultimecia is in the past, she will use the time compression magic. We will see some influence here. I don't know what kind of influence, but Elena feels it. She'll cut Rhino off and Ultimecia from the past. Rhino will then come back to this world. Ultimecia also goes back to her own world. What would be left is the time-compressed world. Past, present, and future will all get mixed together. You will keep moving through the time compression towards the future. Once you're out of the time compression, that will be Ultimecia's world. Get it? So far, it is all up to you after that. So, you were briefed about the mission. I don't really understand it either. Will you do it? I have questions. Okay, I don't understand the mission completely, but this is our only option. 1. Rescue Elena. 2. Stop Sorceress Adele's awakening. 3. Wait for Ultimecia to possess Rhino. 4. Elena sends Rhino and Ultimecia to the past. 5. Time compression begins. 6. Get Rhino back to this world. 7. Go toward the future and compress time. 8. Defeat Ultimecia. And 9. Victory is ours. That's it. Okay. So you were briefed about our mission. I don't really get it myself, but will you help us? Yes. Alright! That was easy. Listen, let's go. We're all gonna go get aboard the Ragnarok. Let's do our final briefing in there. I always wanted to write that thing. Plus the name sounds so cool.